All right, good morning and happy Friday. Hope you had a good week. Um, we made it to Friday, and as you noticed in this class, Psychosocial Aspects of Sport, this class has a Monday through Sunday format. So this one is a little bit different. If you are used to my usual Wednesday through Tuesday weeks, this one is Monday to Sunday. So I've explained that in a couple different places in this course. That also means that you need to be careful if you wait till the weekends to do assignments, because I may or may not be available to answer your questions in as timely of a manner as I can during the week. So this week we are looking at the definition of sport, so some of the criteria that make sport, and how it may be similar or different from related concepts like play and recreation. For example, is cheerleading a sport? And this question comes into play every once in a while when we see a court case. For example, if a school is trying to use cheerleading to balance out Title IX requirements, sometimes it is defined as a sport and sometimes it isn't. And so I want you to see some of the specific criteria for sport. For example, one of the criteria is that it has a competitive nature. So there is some type of scoring system or system by which someone wins or loses or comes out ahead of another player or group or team. So that's one of the important criteria of sport that you have seen in your reading and in my presentation. So that's just an example of a couple of the aspects of the definition of what sport is. And those items will come into play as we talk about some of the more specific aspects of sport and how it relates to our society. And the example I just mentioned deals with sport and gender. And so we'll talk about that later. We'll talk more about Title IX and how sport plays into that later on in this class. So this week there are two things due, and that means on Sunday night you've got two things due. The first week's discussion questions and the I am ready to get started quiz. And also in this week's content, you are asked to look through the trend analysis assignment and list some choices for the weeks and the topics that you would like to do your presentation on the trend analysis assignment. So I'm asking for those next week, January the 28th. And at that point, I'll do my best to match your preferences and your availability with the week that I'm going to assign you that particular presentation. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you're having a great week, and I look forward to having you in this class.